Senator Bernie Sanders was asked the question about socialism versus capitalism.
Senator Sanders, can you make a simple, persuasive case as to why socialism is preferable to capitalism?
Democratic socialism, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me tell you what I mean by that so we're clear. We don't have guarantees regarding economic rights. And way back in 1944, in a little publicized State of the Union speech, Franklin Delano Roosevelt said something, and I'm paraphrasing him, but he said, you know, when we talk about human freedom and rights, we've got to understand that everybody needs a decent paying job, that people need health care, that people need education. And all over the world, these ideas are taking place. You go to countries in Scandinavia, of course, health care is a right. Higher education is free. They have strong preschool programs. They make sure that their elderly folks can retire in dignity. These are not radical ideas. So what democratic socialism means to me is having in a civilized society the understanding that we can make sure that all of our people live in security and in dignity. Healthcare is a human right. All people should have healthcare. You can't get ahead in this country, in this world, unless you have a decent education. We have got to, as a right, end the kinds of discrimination, the racism and the sexism and the homophobia that exist. So to me, when I talk about democratic socialism, what I talk about are human rights and economic rights.
You know, and to be completely honest about the system that Bernie Sanders is promoting, it's more of a social democracy. It's not really socialism. It's not true, full-fledged socialism. Wanting people that create the actual wealth, which is the labor class, to have a bigger portion of the profits within a capitalistic system is not socialism. Basically, Bernie just wants capitalism that's just nicer to people. You know what I'm saying? He wants to implement some sort of like forced trickle-down type of economic model. Right. Because the wealth hasn't trickled down as the ruling and billionaire class has promised. So all Bernie Sanders is doing is just trying to force them to honor that talking point that never came to fruition.
I agree. Look, we've heard his idea about democratic socialism before. The problem I had with the premise of this question was that the questioner was framing it as that socialism was going to be replacing capitalism, in which Bernie Sanders has never stated that. I've said this before, okay? There's not a politician that is running for president or that is really that's in Congress right now. You can include Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you can include Bernie Sanders, all of them. None of them are actually promoting socialism, like you said. They're promoting capitalism, but capitalism where
social safety
nets, like these programs that actually help people get out of the situation that they're in, that like help people live in dignity, provide the basic necessities for them, right? Not just for them, but for everybody in this country. So that still runs on capitalism. So the thing that Bernie Sanders does not state, though, which I kind of wish that he would, and I wish he would say that, no, it's not something that is going to be replacing capitalism. We do this within the system of capitalism. That might sound irritating for some that do not like capitalism.
But that's what it is. But that's what it is.
But that's what it is. I mean, so I wish he would actually state that.
I haven't heard Bernie Sanders promote a system that calls for nationalizing the means of production for all industry and placing that output, that capital, in the hands of the laborers.
Right.
I have not heard him, call for a system like that. So he's really not calling for full socialism.
No.
Outright socialism.
No, he's not. Not at all.